how your in-laws reacted to your sannyas.
I reached there in Ludhiana back. My father-in-law went saw this mala and saffron clothes, and he bowed down and he touched my feet and said that you have given a new tradition in my family. He said, I don't have courage, you have it. What is a wishful thinking for me, you have done it. My husband never objected. He always loved me in saffron clothes. And my mother-in-law, she said that it was her age to take sannyas. It was not for me. I'm too young for that. She will like me to see as other daughter-in-laws in the society behave. She would not like me to wear these clothes. But still she was very fond of Osho at that time. Actually, she used to do dynamic meditation sometimes, not me. But everything changed, because you know that I think it was in March or April 73 when lot of pictures of Mount Abu camp published in Illustrated Weekly. Then hell broke because my husband is an industrialist and he's a very beautiful man, very nice man, so he's very favorite among many other industrialists. He's very friendly and have good relations. So when I took sannyas and I started wearing saffron, so living in the house, performing all the household duties also. I was the eldest daughter-in-law. So I was going to all the weddings in the city, all the functions. And you know, in Ludhiana, in Punjab, that is the time of show of your riches, your wealth. It's the women are the showpiece of the wealth of the family, and they wear so much jewelry and so much heavy clothes, and there I walked in with a plain saffron sari and a mala, no jewelry. So I will become center of attraction also, center of condemnation also, center of criticism and center of inquiry also. So I have from a very young age gone through all this. And also the hero cycle and all these families, Munjal families, they were good friends of my father-in-law, mother-in-law and my husband, and then they will all also object that we are from Arya Samaj and what is lacking in there, why you have gone there. And with this Illustrated Weekly, lot of naked photographs came of Osho's camps, and that created and Osho had talked on that book, famous book, Sex to Superconsciousness, Sambhog se Samadhi ki or, and that was published, and lot of negativity, lot of condemnation, lot of criticism, and the press was also all kind of negative articles were there. So then my mother-in-law became very against. She has been very loving woman, and by nature she is very loving, and with me we had a very beautiful click between us, and no problems as mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, like that kind of problems never happened, not even once in our whole lifetime. But on this thing she was very clear. She felt that I am going too far now, because in the society it is not respected, and she could not go through the condemnation that everybody was saying, oh, एमसन वालों की बहू तो रजनीश के पास जाती है. So it was like a condemnation. So lot of that was also there, but at that time I never felt, when now I look back, that there was so much against my going to Pune, because in 74 Osho shifted to Pune ashram, and I went there in June 74 with my husband, and we stayed there for 10 days. There used to be 10-day meditation camp at that time, every month from 10th till 20th. So I attended that, and Osho asked me that I don't have much time now. You start coming twice a year. His wording was that Priya ki chutiyan mere naam kar de. So I said okay. So it means 2 months of summer time in Pune and 15-20 days of winter vacation in Pune. So I asked him that how my husband will be taken care, because at that time I was already living separately in the house with my husband, and my father-in-law was also with me. So he said, arrange, make such good arrangement that your absence is least felt. So the management qualities started coming up in me, to arrange the house in such a way that my absence is the least felt by my husband, because he could come only for 15 days. He could not stay for 2 months to leave the business. So each time whenever I was supposed to go to Pune, so my mother-in-law will create a scene so that I should not go. But I don't know, there was so much strength and so much clarity that I am going to go. And sometimes I will come and sit with her, and I will tell her that, look Mama, whatever you are saying I can understand. People are saying all these things, but the thing is, I have eaten the good. I know it is sweet. It is already gone in. Now even everybody says, it does not matter. I know it is sweet, and I know the taste of it. Now I cannot be convinced by anybody else now. And she will also sometimes cry that, look, I know that for you it is the right path, but I cannot stand the whole, like all this prestige, all this status, years to make it, to reach there, and like with your this action everything is gone. I cannot understand, I cannot go through all this criticism. So this also kept on one side, and somehow I think Osho gave me that strength and clarity, that not even a single time I did not go because of the non-supportive atmosphere. And at the same time, I will say the credit also goes to my husband. He never became an obstacle. He never, like whenever my mother-in-law is there and creating a scene, and she is a Punjabi mother-in-law, strong. She was not a submissive type, and that's why I loved her very much. And that's what my connection was, that she was very different woman. and a social worker, and mummy, she was known as mummy. And I loved her because of that, and I always supported her freedom, her expression. I always loved her very much. And whenever she was like against, she was totally against. And that's what I loved in her, that too. And I always told my husband that you don't need to interfere. It is between us, I will take care. Because whose side you will take, the other woman will be angry, so you just move out. But he was always okay. That was a big support. And only from my mother-in-law. Yes, my parents also, all my brothers, sisters, parents, mother, father, nobody liked Osho, nobody has read Osho, no way.
Can I ask you to recount that incident in which your mother, there were some people who were trying to protest against Osho, and your mother-in-law stood up and said,
Yeah,
why don't you?
My mother-in-law first, before I told you that she was even doing dynamic meditation, she used to do. I was not doing, she was doing it. And she has attended the whole Manali camp. I have a photograph of her and my father-in-law with Osho. They have attended that Manali camp for 10 days. And she was very much in favor. She used to take everybody, let's go to listen to Osho. And I remember once there was a discourse of Osho in Ludhiana, and it got disturbed because Osho was a fire in those days. Somebody asked about cow protection movement. What do you say about cow protection movement? And he was like a fire, that like I see all the cows, उनको डंडे मार मार के तुम भगाते हो इधर का उधर सड़कों पे, और वैसे कहते हो गौ माता. And he was talking and he said something about that respecting elderly is a very different thing. Just look in your houses how you treat your elders, how your own mother. What you talk about cow as a mother, first you treat your mother with some dignity, like that. He was like very fiery words he was using, and people started creating nuisance, and it had to be Osho had to leave the hall, the ground. This is the incident when in Ludhiana, I think it must be 69 or 70, early 70, maybe early 70, yeah. He came to Ludhiana and somebody asked him, what do you say about cow protection? And Osho became really like a fire, and he attacked them back, that what do you talk about cow as a mother? What about your own mother? How you treat them? You don't know how to treat your own mother with dignity, with respect. And what about cow that is far away thing. And somehow the meeting got disturbed and people started नारे लगाने शुरू हो गए against, and he had to leave the meeting, not completing it. So we went with him to Kapil Kusum's house, and we were all sitting there, and he was supposed to leave the same evening. I remember then he said that, I said we should eat something. He said, what about mangoes with ice cream? So we had lot of mangoes, so we made mango chunks with Kapil Kusum's work was quality ice cream. So there was ice cream and vanilla ice cream with mango chunks, we had it. And then he asked me that you do this, because everybody was sitting in his room, and there were almost more than 20 people, and he had to leave within 1 hour. So he asked me that, do the packing for me. And so I was just there with everyone sitting there, and opened the suitcase, and Kusum brought all the clothes which had come from the dhobi, and I packed. And then we reached to the railway station, and it was drizzling at that time. I think it must be the month of July. It was drizzling, and people came who were against making all these slogans. They came under the shed and they had Acharya Rajneesh Murdabad, Acharya Rajneesh Chale Jao, Acharya Rajneesh, इस तरह नारे लग रहे हैं. And because he is leaving, me, Kusum, we have tears and we are just holding, and Osho is sitting and standing in the door of the railway compartment, first class compartment. He is just standing there, and we are all crying, and they are shouting so loud that my mother-in-law got like, why you guys are crying? Can't you say Acharya Rajneesh Zindabad? They are shouting and you are just crying standing there. Hato. She said to Osho also, Aap hato piche. She stood in front of him and started, Acharya Rajneesh Zindabad, Acharya Rajneesh Zindabad. And she created that. She was very much in favor actually. But then after that, after 73, she got against.
After that, Osho never came to Ludhiana again.
No, not after that. I remember once he was supposed to come, and we used to put posters in the night, put the posters on and then in the morning we will see that everything is on the black, color is on that, and then we will put another poster, ये चिराग आंधियों से नहीं बुझेगा. फिर वो पोस्टर लग जाएंगे, फिर वो काला पोत दिया जाएगा. So then once I told Osho that there is lot of like this is going on. And he said, I don't need to come now. I came Ludhiana searching you, and now you will follow me wherever I go. And he never came again to Ludhiana.